Oh, it is Tuesday, guys. It is Tuesday. It is going to be a special episode as well here on Comics and Cast. Number one, what's special about it? My co-pilot Theo is not here right now. He will be joining us shortly, I assume, shortly. However, we all are also going to bring on a special guest. We don't do guests very often here on Comics and Cast, mostly because nobody wants to hang out with us, but also because of the fact that we we tend to talk way too much for ourselves anyways, let alone to have somebody else want to join in on our strange banters. So I hope you are all very interested in meeting and conversating with the one and only Tyler Main. He is also known to many of you from Michael Myers to Sabertooth and to now creative influence, create writing, directing, all the fun stuff that goes along with the process of creating a graphic novel. We're going to be talking about his new Kickstarter campaign, The Last Spartan, Red Tape. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get ourselves rolling and get to everybody asking questions already. Here we go. All right, guys. Again, thank you all so much for joining. It's Tuesday. It's been a busy week here. I don't know about you guys, but I am seeing in the comments, I'm seeing our friends Blue Lantern, LaCruces, Vinlar. Good to see all of you guys. Thank you so much for joining. It's always lovely to get our good friends and our family here in the audience bright and early. And, up first and foremost in this conversation is Tyler. So without further ado, let's stop wasting time talking to me. Let's get him out here. Tyler, welcome, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me on.
No, the honor is 100% mine, ours. I am speaking for Theo right now, too, when I told him this, like, hey, what would you think about getting Tyler on the show? He's like, do you think he'd actually come on? I'm like, I think right now we might actually have the chance of getting him to join us and have a conversation. He's talking comics right now. This is the perfect time. So, thank you so much for joining, my friend. It's truly an honor. I've grown up with your work. I one of the first things that really I remembered reading as a child were my X-Men comics, always kind of feeling a little outside, and didn't matter what you did, trying to do something good. It didn't really always translate with the crowd around you. They still didn't care. You were whatever. And when those movies came to fruition and you started to see them in live action, that was very special for me as a young man and an adult and growing. And that was my first exposure to your work for me. And you've done a myriad of things as well, obviously, since then. I've I've looked at the IMDb line. But and Michael Myers more recently, obviously, definitely much quieter role.
Yes.
But and we're going to get into your newest project as well. But just for a couple of those people out here, I do see some things coming across. Thank you for being here, Tyler, for all the amazing characters you've given us and all of your work. LaCruces, there you go. So we've got some more people in here joining. Very glad to have you here, my friend. In your experience, which of your characters that you've played over the years, because I mean you've been in a lot of different roles, what was one of your most challenging as far as things go?
Wow, my most challenging and probably my favorite is Jupiter's Legacy.
Yeah.
It's the Mark Miller adaptation of Jupiter's Legacy, where I played Black Star. I was in full prosthetics. It would take 3.5 hours to get into that. It was 8 pieces on my face, My whole body was covered. The only thing that wasn't covered were my lips. And it was crazy, the character, but it was so well done by KMB special effects that, I mean, you could see every twitch, every movement in my face, and just bringing that character to life was so much fun.
It was a
And
stunning movie.
yeah, it was, you know, it was like the 8 episodes, it was crazy, crazy what they, you know, spent on it. And that was just one of my favorite characters to date because he's just such a badass, but he's got his softer side. You know, he loves his romance novels, and it's just doing that character was so much fun. You
And
know,
sometimes you forget with things like, because that was Netflix too, if I remember correctly, right?
yeah, it was Netflix. Yep.
So I forget sometimes because you're able to binge them so much. I almost still look
Yeah.
at, even though those are series, since you could come out all at once. For me, it's just like
Yeah.
this really nice long movie with intermissions in between.
Exactly right.
So I it's
Like,
it
oh,
reminds
that's
me of,
right.
oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. It reminds me of the days. I remember when they released Dances with Wolves, and they had to put like an intermission in there, and it was all the talk like a movie with an intermission, you know, and all that. And now here we are in the binging Netflix era, and we're all kind of like, all right, you know, it's not the problem it used to be anymore. Everybody can just hit pause or things of that nature. But now you're like binging days worth of episodes. And I remember that I
Yeah,
just watched the entire series in one day.
yeah, yeah.
So
It's fantastic being able to do that.
So who would win in a fight then between Blackstar or Sabertooth or Michael Myers, between the three?
That's a
Cage
tough
match.
question. That's a tough question, man. I'd be kicking my ass all around. You
Well, I
know,
mean,
it's
that's
like,
what you're still going to be standing though in one way, shape, or form at the end of it, though, at
well,
least.
that's true, but you know,
Yeah, that would be that to me would
they're
be the
all
question. I think. Ooh,
they're all pretty tough in their own right, you know. But
uh-huh.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing and piss
Oh,
anybody
there's
off.
no wrong answer, man. You're the only
Well,
one
that's
that would
true.
know.
Like I say,
You're
I'd be whooping my own ass all around. So I don't,
I would have to actually put my money on Michael Myers though, just because he is the personification of evil, and doesn't matter what you've done to him, he always just sits back up, you know, and eventually just
uh,
comes back out of somewhere. Sabretooth is got that healing factor, and anybody can get close enough to Blackstar, good luck, but still,
that's it. I mean, he's got that blast power. So
exactly. I mean, so it's kind of one of those things like one of them can snipe from a distance, the other one can survive most anything, the other one still survives most anything. It would be a rough and tumble. I think honestly the worst match would really come down between Sabretooth and Michael Myers, just because they have to be within, physical touch range, right?
yeah,
Nobody's
yeah.
got a long attack. They're just going to brutally two tanks coming up on each other with sharp things. Some are fingernails and teeth, and some's just whatever he can get his hands on. I think that would
Well, in
probably
that
be
case,
brutal.
if you just took it down to those two, I'd have to probably say Sabretooth because he moves a little bit quicker than Michael.
That is
Uh,
true. That is
You
true.
know,
Michael was a little bit slower on that return as far
he
as these
walks.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah, he could take the hits,
he can
but
take them.
whew. But yeah, Sabretooth is actually probably coming to take limbs at the same time though too. So I
Exactly.
gotta say you're right. I gotta say you're right. But man, wow, that would be. But at the end of the day though, we could I could ask you silly fan questions like this all day, because this is unfortunately who you're dealing with, a silly fan. But we're actually also
All
going
good.
to be we're actually also going to really be talking about your newest endeavor, because this is something, in my mind, is a tremendously intimidating, in because I mean this is a big project, right? This isn't just,
Yeah.
we all have those moments where we step out of our comfort zones a little bit, right? But to me, this is and maybe I'm just not as awesomely creative, so it's really intimidating to me. But tell us about The Last Spartan red tape.
Yeah, it originally started as a novel that came across my desk, I'm gonna say some 15 years ago, and I always wanted to do something with the project, but I wanted to we needed to expand on the world, modernize it, and that's how we got Christopher Priest involved to expand on this world. And just to let people know who my wife is Renee Geerling. She was the editor in chief of Top Cow Comics for a while with IDW, Radical, Darby Pop. I mean, she's been in the publishing game and editorial game for decades now. And it's all explained if you watch the video in there. Um,
Let's
but
see if we can play it real quick. It might be
yeah,
able to play. Let's see if it can. I tried to load it earlier. It was just a little too long for it to load into StreamYard directly. So we're gonna see if you guys can hear it. Chat, let us know. Let's make sure the sound's coming through. Sometimes that gets a little crazy, but let's give it a shot.
are you hearing the sound?
Hmm.
It's not muted, is it? No.
So it sounds like the sound won't work, unfortunately, with me playing it through the computer desktop. So I do apologize. However, I this is a story of it sounds like somebody's redemptive revenge tour kind of coming back from and you can probably
Yeah,
explain this better, so I do apologize.
yeah,
But
no, no, no.
is human trafficking involved as well in this project?
Yeah, it's just the story of Frank Kane, lone survivor of a massacred outlaw motorcycle club, and he is brought back into the world to rescue a girl from the underground human trafficking in Atlanta, Georgia. So he comes back and risks everything, puts it all at stake, his future, his career, to come save this one girl.
Mhm.
And he meets up with the girl in the story there, Amanda Harper, who is a undercover decoy agent who is out to get them all. And they end up butting heads and end up teaming up together to take down a massive cartel and rescue all these people from the human trafficking situation. So
So
go
right
ahead.
away, this is a full graphic novel. This isn't just a simple, "Here's your first comic book. Stay
Right,
tuned for the
right,
Kickstarter for 2 and Kickstarter for 3 and Kickstarter for
right.
4, and hopefully we'll get through the arc." This is a complete story in this book.
Yes.
Now, maybe it's not the last adventure, but this is a complete story when you get this, correct?
Complete complete story, 144-page graphic novel. It is
Love it.
written by Christopher Priest. The cover is by Mark Silvestri. The interior art is by Will Conrad, Jimbo Salgado, Michael Montanot. There are 3 parts to the story. There's the origin story that is
Mhm.
done by Will Conrad, the case file, which is done by Jimbo Salgado, and the truth is by Michael Montanot. So it is a full-on story. It has opportunities to go other places, but with enough support, hopefully we can turn it into a TV series or something to keep raising awareness for human trafficking organizations that I work with, like deliverfund.org, Trafficking in America Taskforce.org.
Mhm.
One of the tiers in here, and you're going to be getting into it pretty soon, is the Coffee and Comics tier, which is the Deliver Fund's coffee, the Thrive coffee with the graphic novel. There it is right there.
Oh, wow.
So part of those proceeds go to Deliver Fund to help them put an end to human trafficking, and part for the graphic novel. So you are helping deliverfund.org with raising funds for them to help them develop their technology to help law enforcement put an end to human trafficking.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, this is
Yeah,
there's so many different tiers too. Because the great thing is about this as well is this is This is funded.
it's
This is
fully funded.
we're not worried that it's not going to hit its funding numbers and people may not get their book. This is
The,
happening
yeah,
100%. This is the ordering process. This is so that
yeah,
way you can choose what things you want with this book, how you want to help, how you want to be a part of this story, affecting some of the change that you're trying to create by bringing this story to life.
yeah,
Those that want to support, like myself, other people that are readers that are interested in this story, they can bundle this with money that can affect action as well, is what you're saying.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, we are fully funded. We have a backer. The book is just about completed. If you go to the updates, there's an update that came on today where we put up, I believe, 7 or 10 of the newest pages. You should be able to.
Update number 4 right here.
Yeah, that should be it. I think click on that, see if it opens up the pages. It should. Yeah, there we go. There's the first few pages of the book.
Oh wow.
As you can see, it's just amazingly done. Um,
Wow.
it,
A
it's
lot of people don't
very,
get to go into Kickstarter with this kind of amazing art in their comic, Tyler. As a
no,
guy that works
I
as a
know,
guy
I
that
know,
works with lots of indie creators, man, this is pretty fucking high end. I'm just gonna say it. I have
I know.
anybody that knows me on my channel or knows me on Instagram. I work with indie guys all the time. I like indie comics. I like sharing indie creators. So this is kind of like for the last 2 years, my safe space. And I'll tell you what, I love all of my creators. I've been blessed with lots of different people to talk to and work with, but holy crap, the art in this
Yeah.
book
Well,
is
and that is all.
brilliant.
It is all through Renee Geerlings, my wife, who was with Top Cow. She's the people that she's worked with and learned from. Mark
Yeah,
Silvestri, and all of them.
yeah. These are
Michael
just
Turner. She's worked with the best of the best.
oh yeah. No, I
And
I don't doubt. I don't doubt.
and
I
and
know
and
Top
she
Cow very well.
and she's got some very high standards. So,
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. She married you as well, right? So, I mean,
well,
it's
there
gonna
we
be
go. There we go. But yeah, I'm so proud of the art, so proud of the whole process and everything. And yes, this project is funded. We are fully funded, but we need to get that awareness out there.
yeah, this was a
As you can see here, you're not going to get this quality for that price. So
no, I
it
agree.
just getting Christopher Priest to write a graphic novel, 144 pages, is quite substantial, let alone Mark Silvestri cover and Will Conrad and all these guys, and the top lettering and coloring and everything that has been done on this project it's just top tier. I'm the kind of person that if it's not going to be top tier, I don't want to be involved.
No, absolutely,
So,
absolutely, and this is gorgeous. I'm very impressed, and especially even the placement of the panels. Um, oh, hey, we've got my compatriot here, Theo. Theo
oh,
has
there we
has been
go.
able to make it in. Theo, Tyler, Theo.
Hey, how's it
Hey,
going,
Theo,
guys?
how are you, man?
Hey, not too bad. So we just got started, right?
Yeah, yeah.
we've only been here for a few minutes. No.
Hey,
Just having a little bit of fun without you, but that's okay.
hey, hashtag dad life, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Theo, we are getting a sneak peek right now at the beginning of the Last Spartan red tape here right now as we're going our way through. Um, yes, agreed circumstances looks very cool. Jason, I do agree as well. Those panels, exactly, Vin. I love how the panels guide your eyes to the exact right places.
So you said that was Mark Silvestri on the cover or interior?
He's doing the cover.
Got it.
Yeah, you're not gonna. I don't. Well, unless he's doing a Batman, you're not gonna get Mark Sylvester to do an interior. You know what I mean?
Not right now, no.
He's doing his own things right now on the interior, but
He doesn't have to work that much doing those things now.
right, you know. So, but like the way we got Mark was through Renee. You know, Renee was his first boss, and if you do watch and people go back and watch the opening video when they can see it on their own time, they will see Renee with Mark from the beginnings, and she's been in the business for so long, and that's how this book has come to be this quality and this spectacular, you know. And then it is dealing with the human trafficking awareness, and for me, I just hope that it can open up people's eyes to what is actually happening in the world and open up lines of communication between families, between friends, whoever, to realize that it is a very serious topic and subject. Yeah. And I think with a lot of people, it's out of sight, out of mind, you know?
Yes.
So they're not aware of how much actually is happening all around them. In Atlanta, Georgia, here where I'm now, every time I fly, there's a PSA that says, be on the lookout for human trafficking. It is a serious, serious topic and subject.
No, you're absolutely right. How did this come to your attention though, Tyler? How did this, could you just give us a little bit of background on how this story came to you? I know when you watched the video, we see, you know, you had a friend who had a lot to do with this, but I'm just wondering though, like how this came to your attention to the point where you're like, I need to be a part of this too. Right. It's not just sometimes, I mean, I see lots of stories from my friends, but I've never been in the opportunity to be like, and I've got to be a part of this. I always try to help in some way, but what brought this to you to be like, how can I help? What can I do to make this happen? How'd that kind of come
about? The graphic novel came across, like I say, across my desk and across Renee's desk. And like I say, you know, I'm slightly dyslexic, so anytime I look at a graphic or at a novel, I'm kind of like, oh God. So Renee read it because she's a speed reader, and she goes, no, you really got to read this. This is something that you really want to read. And so then I read it, and then the story was very intriguing. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to reach out to him. I reached out to John Saunders, and he sent a really nice little note in it. He said, I asked both of my sons, if someone were to play this character, Frank Kane, who would you guys like to see? And they both said me. So that's why he sent the book to me. And that's where we are, where we're at today. And then with reading the book, of course, you know, it was 15 years ago. There's so much that has evolved with the internet, with the situations that are going on with the human trafficking and stuff. And talking with Christopher Priest, we wanted to make this world bigger and expand on it instead of having it being one through storylines, so that we could take it in several different directions. If we are doing a TV series or if we are doing a feature film, and creating all these different characters. And if people go to my Instagram, Facebook, wherever, you can see some of the artwork of the various characters that are in this book, like Zhao and Helen and Spanish Johnny and all these characters, to see just how big this is going to be.
Yeah, and you said that this this also does leave opportunities for more tales, for more conversations, but it's not like this cliffhanger of, we're going to get some resolution in this story too, to still kind of make
Yeah.
that one graphic novel special to being that novel. Um, was it the opportunity for a serialness of this, um, a part of what also attracted you to this character also in the story? 'Cause I mean, there's lots of ways to talk about human trafficking and awareness and building different character arcs. Was it this character's ability, to the mobileness of the motorcycle, the ability to kind of come in and out of those different areas and groups, and that concept, was that something that kind of built on for you in your mind, the ability to possibly turn something like this into a more serial adventure?
Yeah,
um
yeah,
Do good.
because I mean, he is coming from that world,
Mhm.
and hence the name Last Spartan Red Tape. The Amanda Harper, who is a decoy undercover agent that we talked a little bit about earlier, she's dealing with all this bureaucracy and all this stuff, and Frank Kane is the guy with the big set of scissors and cuts that red tape and goes, "I'm going to deal with this the way I deal with it,"
Yeah.
and and I think that's the way a lot of people kind of feel on how they want to deal with some of these people that do this despicable thing
Yeah.
to human beings. So
Atrocities. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was
Absolutely.
so through that, and through just developing the character and with the way the story goes, I don't want to give too much away about it, but Frank makes a promise to this family that he's going to save this girl, you know, that he's going to try and do it by the book and not hurt anyone. So, but it's
No promises, right? Fingers crossed.
I,
Not leave them in the ground hurt, maybe.
yeah, so, but yeah, it was just being able to develop these characters with someone like Christopher Priest, and
Mhm.
we'd sit and talk. Renee and I'd sit and talk with him, and we go, look, we want to kind of incorporate this sort of a storyline. He goes, that would never happen. And then we'd pull up 3 or 4 different articles from around the country where it did happen, and it is happening today, you know?
Mhm.
And he was like, wow, that's
Yeah.
got to be in the book, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And and through all of my travels and going to conventions and talking with people, I've come across a lot of uh, responders and police officers and people that deal with the aftermath of people that have been victimized by human trafficking and trying to get them incorporated back into the real world. I mean, just hearing those stories of the struggles that these people have, it's just crazy, And then on the other side of it, talking with um, some people, like there was a gentleman, I believe it was 2 or 3 conventions ago. He said, "Wow, thank you for raising awareness for this because my niece was just about trafficked."
Oh, wow.
And he started telling me the story, like she was at a club and she was drugged, and 2 guys were trying to take her out the back door. Luckily, the bouncer uh, interjected him and beat the heck out of the guys. They took off, but through the law enforcement backtracking these guys' steps, they found 3 women that were drugged and chained in a hotel, getting ready to be trafficked, and this was going to be the 4th one.
Oh, wow.
So it it happens. It's happening in every city, and people don't realize that.
No, no, it's
Yeah,
definitely a very invisible thing, to a lot of people, because you think not in our society, not in our place, not in my town, and yet the things that illegal activity wise can go on in places are usually funded, are usually muled by, are usually, there's so many more things involved than, just like some people might think human trafficking means like just selling of a person, but it's just also their exploitation too, and different roles that they're put into. It's terrible.
well,
How?
and like they say, you know, I mean, you can sell a drug once, you can sell a person 10 times a day.
Yeah.
So it's
Wow.
it's very serious. You know, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, and I realize, you know, comic books usually don't go this deep in dealing with situations like this, but I figured I needed to raise awareness and
Some
and
do.
yeah,
Maybe not that deep. But yeah, some of them go down a pretty wicked route.
Yeah, but I mean but I mean this is what they're for too. I mean, this is another way of getting information out there, topics that people aren't always interested in hearing or seeing or understanding properly. This is able to convey those messages. Comics have always been really on the forefront of that kind of messaging and means to people,
yeah.
especially those two that also sometimes are learning to speak English by graphic novels and doing those. So all of a sudden, too, it's people in those in vulnerable situations as well that have the opportunities to see things like this and understand how wrong they are and what they can be learning from these things. And I don't know, there's a lot of power in a comic book and graphic novel nowadays. And what you guys are doing is 100% a tremendous way to, like Vince saying, like to bring and get awareness to people, and also, you know, leave something that people can take from, learn from. I haven't gotten to read it obviously yet myself, but I'm lots of lessons from this.
Yeah, yeah, it's going to press in the next month, and then we'll have them back probably in 3 months, and then delivering them. So Renee wants to keep her time so she doesn't tell anybody it's going to be coming too soon. You know, I
Oh,
say
no, I get it.
like June, and we'll, you know, they'll be delivering right after June. So she's just, and if we get, she just wants to uh, not raise expectations of getting them
Oh,
sooner.
no.
You know,
That's the hardest thing with Kickstarters, man, is very often you set a concrete date and it's insane driving all the way up into that very moment. You've got to try and keep it to where one little hiccup doesn't train wreck the entire series of things. You've got time to react. So
exactly.
100% respect.
And that's what she's been doing, you know, putting out fires like that her whole career. So she's like, look, if we have a problem with the printer, problem with distribution or whatever, like, I'm giving myself some time to,
Mhm.
you know.
She knows what
So
she's doing. It's not her first rodeo.
it is not her first rodeo. Me, I'm like, I'm the impatient guy. I'm like, let's get it tomorrow, you know. But she's like, hold your horses. So
So what has the process been with, you know, because it's always an interesting dynamic being in a relationship with and then working with at the exact same time, a project. This is a labor of love for both of you. This is something you're both working, you've both put yourself into quite a bit. How has that been? Because I mean, technically, the business doesn't stop. You as soon as you guys are looking at each other, there's no end. Like, you know, work is 24/7 when you're in a relationship and
yeah,
you're working on this business at the same time. Like Theo and I are looking at each other right now, like, yeah. How you doing with that?
it is, you know, and if you're,
Yeah.
you know, there'd be plenty of times where we'd be lying in bed and I'd be like, I just wake up and I'd be like, oh, page whatever, you know. And she's like, oh, will you just go to bed? So,
She can't
yeah,
pretend like her phone wasn't on. You mean is what you're
yeah,
saying? Like,
right.
oh, I didn't get the text. I didn't know. And no, you were right
I'm
there. I
not in
saw
the
you.
office right now. Leave me alone. But
I know you're
yeah, no,
faking asleep.
it's been an interesting process, and I have learned a lot by just reading Christopher's script. And that is what is really cool about this too. We do have Christopher's script. There is a script book that you can get as one of the tiers where you can see how he would break it down. And apparently he breaks it down very detailed and intricately, because I've read many a scripts, you know, and being slightly dyslexic. I fumble through them and whatever. But looking at a graphic novel script that has, say, 12 panels or whatever, or 10 panels, with Christopher, every panel is described to a T. And it's just like, when I started reading it the first time, I went to Renee and go, "Are they all like this?" But she goes, "Well, this is pretty detailed." So, but it's a cool tier where if someone's wanting to see how a professional like Christopher writes a graphic novel, you can see the process, and then you can put it up next to the art, and you can see how they vary. Because when you're making a movie, the script that you get to the script that you produce to the final edit is totally different. And that's the same sort of thing with stuff like this, because you've got different creative processes and different creative people working on a team to bring this project together. And it's just been a fantastic journey.
Wow. Man, Tyler.
Okay, I got to ask one side question, comic book question. You said it's a graphic novel, right?
Correct.
Will there be any exclusive or variant covers available for this graphic novel?
There actually are. There's a Halloween homage cover that you can get that is designed after the 2007 Halloween that I did, which is really cool. There's Sia Ohm has done a cover, a fantasy cover. We've got several different options. Each one of our artists has done a cover that will be placed somewhere. So yeah, there's a lot of cool different
awesome
covers and artwork that are going along with this. Like the team that has been brought together is just fantastic, and the art is amazing.
Well, Tyler, it has been and for all those wondering, right there, $59 get you that Halloween homage hardcover graphic novel right there.
We'll have to post a link to that in the bio of the video here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Anybody looking to take a look here, we've got that coffee
Michael Myers homage.
Yes, sir. But Tyler, thank you so much for making it out this evening. We sincerely appreciate you taking the time to share this with us, because in all honesty, this is nothing short of a labor of love. And also, also too, I can't imagine the amount of work, anxiety, day to day, like where's it at? What's the process? How far along are we? How much more do we have to go? I see Theo and I have had the opportunity to work with a lot of different creators and Kickstarters, and we see the stress. So I know you seeing the finish line for you both, for everybody involved, seeing the finish line close to is probably like okay, this part's done. Now we've got the concretes of got to get A done, got to get B. And, I'm sure your wife's thinking, okay, as soon as this is done, now I have to get to work, because the rest of it's her house now after this.
Yeah.
So she's probably not looking forward to it as much as you are, maybe in the press tour. But
like I say, the book is just about done. So she's only dealing with the last few pages and the lettering and stuff. So we're getting to that finish line,
Hey, Tyler, look at that. Jason Walters, great story. Can't wait to receive my copy. Tyler Main is one of the nicest celebrities I've ever met at a Comic-Con.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jason. And thank you for grabbing a tear. I greatly appreciate it, brother.
Jason's a very good dude. Very good dude. But yeah, as soon as actually we put it in our stories, he was the first person to be like, I will be there. I'm going to I just got my tier. I am so excited for this. He's like, I will be in the show.
You understand? Sabertooth for life over here. I was rushing the kids to get out of the pool. I'm like, I got all that. I wish I recorded it. We came home and it was just like, boom, kids, wife, see you later. All right.
And he had to.
I got to say something, like, what's with this framing here? Like, I look like the short guy in the room. What is this?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. We'll go back to this route. We'll go.
I'm pretty sure
he's still looking like the short guy.
I'm like, Phil, I know you're tall, but he's probably.
Wait a minute.
I don't know if I'm as tall as
Don't
Tyler.
make me stand up.
I'm 6'3". I'm 6'3". That's how tall I am. But camera placement helps.
That's a big guy right there. That's a big guy.
There you go.
Tyler, you might be taller than me. I've seen you in movies, so you got to be. You're taller than 6.
I'm 6'7".
So yeah, he's got. Unfortunately, in this case, the guy with the camera that's down is just a little bit shorter than both of us. The good news is he would never be lost because he would see us everywhere we went. So, but yeah, no, Theo, what I was going to say is he did school me earlier because I was thinking of a showdown between like Michael Myers and Sabertooth. And, I was just like, Michael Myers just lives through everything. But he's just like, yeah, he goes, Sabertooth's too fast. Sabertooth's too fast.
Sabertooth, speed. I think Sabertooth would like willingly take like the first hit, machete, whatever it is. He would just take it just to rip him to pieces. Like literally, he would just rip him to pieces.
Well, he agreed with you.
I would have to agree, probably.
No question. Even Wolverine admits Sabertooth's healing powers is on par with his.
It's technically greater than if it weren't for that adamantium poisoning he was getting. But again, we're getting really nerdy.
We'll be sleeping on Sabertooth.
We're getting really. We're going down our mutant.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Right
Comics
now.
and chaos. What do you expect?
This is what
right. Oh, hey, it's all good.
No, but we are. Go ahead, Tyler. I apologize. Go ahead.
No, I just want to say, thank you so much for having me on, guys. It's been fantastic. And thank you for letting me get the word out for the Last Spartan Red Tape. I greatly appreciate it. So
I'm looking forward to picking up my tier this evening. I've been waiting for the opportunity because I wanted to get to hear more about what would be the cool ones to grab. So I think I like the coffee and the comic.
There is one that's like $10,000 in there. You should check it out.
Oh, well. I'm going to go get my lottery ticket real quick. So I'll be right back. Right back.
No, we'll have to reconvene when it does come out and talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, most definitely.
Especially if you're around the area.
That $10,000 tier for that stuff was just a funny thing to put in there. I was like, maybe somebody might want me to deliver their comics to them,
You never know who's watching our show, man. You never know who's watching our show. We don't know who's watching our show.
and we have retailer tiers in there for in-store appearances that are, fantastic. Which, cool. Yeah, the retailer tiers are great. Check those out. You get me for a lot cheaper than it would normally be to bring me out to them. So. And you get the graphic novels.
That is true. That is true. That is awesome. Wow. Yeah. Huh. Crazy. Retailer tier 1. That is, yes. That looks something that actually is.
Oh, it's actually in there.
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
Like, nice.
I don't even have a store. I just might have a garage sale.
We'll just sit in your garage,
We're just gonna hang out and be like, everybody, look at this. I actually have a friend.
Come get a book, and
and you're gonna buy this.
Yeah, and and in those tiers, the 2,500 and up, those are all signed, and it's a heck of a deal,
Wow, that is really cool.
So, yeah. I was just talking to retailers before we jumped on that are jumping into it. So
that's fantastic. Congratulations on all of this, Tyler. This is a huge thing. This is something that a lot of people don't get to accomplish.
And a great message and done it too. The awareness that you're doing, that's pretty freaking awesome, dude.
Yeah. I want to thank you guys for having me on. Thank you to all your fans for checking out my graphic novel on Kickstarter, The Last Spartan Red Tape. And thank you guys. I got to jump.
All right. You take care, brother. Good seeing you.
You guys take care. Thanks for having me on, and I will return. Now I got to figure out how to get out of here.
Nah, you're stuck. We're holding you.
God, I could be here for a while.
We're holding you hostage.
I'm so technically challenged. It's it's crazy. Okay, wait. I think I got it. Okay, see you guys. I'm out.
See ya.
Bye.
Take care. Oh man, what a great guy. What a
That was
great
cool.
guy,
That was
dude.
cool.
It was really cool. I couldn't believe it.
Sabertooth would whoop Michael Myers.
Well, yeah, and he
Whoop it.
legit did. He
Like,
legit did.
would rip his head off.
And that's what we were talking about too. We're just like, Sabertooth would have been going for limbs. He wouldn't have been going for life. Just taking you apart piece by piece.
Dude, he would have just ripped him to pieces.
Tyler is such a nice guy, dude. I'm sorry we had to start without you, brother. I would just try to be respectful of the time.
I was listening to some of it on the airplane on the way home. I'm like,
I disagree. Where's my
yeah, right?
Where's the chaos? God damn it. Oh, I'm not nearly as sure about this. Circumstances, that's where I kind of was too. Being supernatural is kind of weird, but I mean, technically a mutant supernatural as well.
Hey, but does he heal?
Michael Myers just don't die. He doesn't need to heal.
Has he ever been ripped to pieces?
Yeah.
No way.
Blown up, run over. I mean, I don't know, man.
I mean, they'll do the dance all day, but at the end of the day, Sabertooth will probably always be the one standing.
Probably.
He'll probably have to sit there and wait for him to reconstruct and be like,
probably. And I had forgotten that he played Black Star in Jupiter's Legacy as well too. And we were talking about that role and all the prosthetics he had to wear and the energy blast that he did with that character and
he did?
From Netflix. And yeah. It was just oh my God, we could do a 3 kind of competition. It's but it wouldn't be the same. Michael Myers and Sabertooth are 2 very up close and personal guys. They go adding a guy that can long distance energy blast. I don't know if that's fair. So I'd leave him a little bit Sabertooth can close a gap, but I'd rather see the 2 tanks take each other on. So, but yeah, it was a really cool conversation.
Sabertooth
it was
all day.
A really cool conversation. But I do know that you were actually taking conversation tips all day. You'd put it out there. We were going to do a show tonight, and people had made some recommendations of some things to talk about.
Yeah, actually, I got a bunch of questions here.
Yeah.
Shout out to the chat. If anybody has any questions in the chat too, feel free to chime in. But yeah, we did put a poll up on Instagram saying that we'd be live tonight. And if you guys had any thoughts, comments, or concerns, you want to get into it?
Yeah, let's go.
One of these, and the next time we do this, I like this. We should make this a little side segment, but I'll send you a screenshot or I'll upload it and we'll be able to put it right here.
We'll put it across the ticker so we can say what the question was from.
All right, so and nobody said keep me anonymous. So this one's from Andaris Collect. Shout out Andaris. What's the fastest way to bag and board comics?
Ooh. What is the fastest way to bag?
What's the fastest way to bag and board comics? What's your way? You tell me your way, and I'll tell you the way I do it.
I mean, I'll be honest. I buy my comics in a bag and a board. I only rebag them if they're really old, right? I'll tell you, I'm sorry. I'm not one of those guys that buys a bunch of books. You know me, Theo. You know my collection's one of each, right? I don't have multiples. So when I do, what I'll do is
that is an honest answer. I respect that.
It's I'm sad. Okay, leave me alone, dude. You.
All right,
but I guess I guess what I would do is I would put the board with the book. I would put the board with goddamn Richard. Sorry, man. Not everybody gets.
Right.
People to back it board.
You guys see what I'm dealing with over here.
God damn it. Oh, man. Fuck.
All right. Well, unless you guys all buy your comics packed and boarded, there's 2 different ways I do it. So one,
I hate you people.
One is if I got a stack of raws. If I got a stack of raws and I'm not
crying.
I got a tear, dude. I got a tear. Okay. The first question.
Oh. I'm the one that should be embarrassed. You guys are all crying, laughing, and I'm like,
We're crying out of like the jealousy and anguish.
I'm going off to the side. I'm not even going to be here now.
We're all crying because we're like, circumstance, Vin, Phil, this is your guys' perfect chance to make a meme right now. You take a screenshot and go back a few seconds and say, when a comic collector says, I buy my comics bagged and boarded, I'm just
yeah, already.
So basically, if I got a stack of raws and I'm not worried about grading it, it'll be the standard grab, put in a bag, blue tape, right? And then if I am worried about grading it, I'll take the book, I'll grade it, and then I'll throw it in the bag with the tape and the board. Yeah. So it's basically this guy. Did he mute himself?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I'm just shutting up. I'm just being quiet. Apparently everything I say is about to get attacked. So
keep talking, keep going, guys. Write this. So yeah, that would be my way. I always recommend grading. I'm also talking from like a seller, but I guess anything I've gotten for my PC, if I rebag and board it, I don't like having the board already in the bag, if that makes sense. Because I feel like you have to kind of bend the book at a divot and apply pressure. When if you have it on the board, you actually
putting
the board
at the same time. Yeah,
you use the board to push in the book, not the book to push in the book. So that's my 2 cents.
I do the same way. And I should clarify though too, like guys, like I am very much mostly a modern collector. So when I'm buying them for my LCS and I'm picking them off the rack. So that's what I mean by they're already bagged and boarded. I don't have to rebag a lot of my because I don't buy more than one book.
Look, it's okay.
So
Phil,
if you guys go to an LCS where you kind of like pick them up
that
raw,
also don't bag and board. Maybe
I've never been to an LCS that makes you pick them up raw. I've never been to one. Do you guys go to an LCS that goes raw?
Yes.
No, my LCS, everything is pre-bagged and boarded. Like all of my Grand Rapids shops, I've never been to a shop where they're just sitting there raw.
Shout out your LCS. Go. What's the name?
I've got Rookies. I've got Rookies, and we've also got Vault of Midnight. All of them.
Vault of Midnight and Rookies, man.
They're
you guys
all bagged and boarded, man.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, look, see, I'm telling you, bro, that you guys are great shops.
Man, you guys are being put to work. Maybe that's the extra 10 cents I pay for my comic book out here or something.
I'll pay extra if it came bagged and boarded, man.
Yeah, that's why I was. Now I get why you guys were so like. Now I get why you guys were so blown away. Like, oh, Mister, like I've never,
Mr. Belvedere with his.
I've never bought a book in the last 7 years that wasn't bagged and boarded for me already. It's crazy.
All right, so next question. Shout out to Gabe Michaels. He says thoughts on the thought bubble con rumor that DC is looking to bring back Vertigo. For those that don't know, Vertigo is like a very violent. It's DC Comics, but they're not DC.
They were an indie comic before they were DC bought out.
Right.
And DC kind of launched Black Label. Vertigo became Black Label. So I think it's all, to me, I think it's all. And yes, Jason, I did. That's my area. That's my hood.
I think that'd be cool. I mean, I think if anybody could, pull off having like a little bit more of their comic books, it would be DC.
DC could do it, but they're already doing it with DC Black Label. So I don't really understand other than bringing it out there because DC as a Black Label isn't doing well because people don't understand the difference. I think to me that was mismarketing, right? So they bought Vertigo, they closed Vertigo, they opened Black Label as DC Black Label as kind of where they were doing those things. And then, yeah, you did Comics and Caviar. And then, and now I think they're realizing that DC Black Label isn't good for their brand because I'm guessing because little kids are picking up Black Label books that they shouldn't be fucking reading. And I'm guessing adults are, thinking there's some kind of they're not going to be as cool as the Vertigo ones were. It'd be neat if they did it, but technically it's no different than what they're already doing. I think it's just all that is 100%.
The DC Black's already up and running, no point.
It's just new marketing. It's so they can sell the exact same titles over again with a different publishing name on it. That's still DC. It's to me, it's a cash grab. It's all that is to me.
All right, shout out Mikey Comics. Is Loki the only thing keeping the MCU alive?
No.
What else?
Well,
Besides
number one,
Spider-Man.
I mean, we've also got other successful things. There was Guardians of the Galaxy 3. There was Shang-Chi. There's things that were successful in this last phase.
No, not success.
Moon Knight.
Keeping it alive.
Well, I would say
like a little spark.
Werewolf by Night is giving things like that. I mean, at the end of the day, Loki's over, just like every single one of those other things. Technically, Tom Hiddleston completed his 14-year run. Technically, Loki's story is closed. Even Tom Hiddleston said that. Technically, Loki's story has ended. Does that mean Marvel's going to let it end? No. Doesn't mean that.
There's no way he's done.
Technically, Tom Hiddleston's contract is over. After 14 years, his contract is technically over. This was the end of his swan song. He doesn't have to come back for anything else that he doesn't want to. He's not under contract for it. Doesn't mean that Marvel won't give him a ton of money to do it. Of course, we know he can. But that was the end of Loki's arc. Loki's arc was full circle. And Tom said, you can even watch the video I posted, his interview.
I can't accept Loki's sitting on a throne being his full circle. No.
But that's he ends up as the king of stories. That's his entire run. So that is to him, Tom Hiddleston, that is the end of Loki in the MCU. Does that mean that it's going to be forever? No.
Oh, I can respect that, Jason. All right, I can respect that.
So, and to me, in my mind, he's not keeping it alive anymore.
No, not anymore. If anything, right now, it's probably Fantastic Four and the X-Men.
And the potential for Deadpool 3. I mean, the thing is, guys, I think what you got to remember
him in with the X-Men, but yeah, Deadpool definitely.
Everybody's like super pissed about whatever it may be, but we're not going to get another Marvel movie for minimum 9 months. Minimum.
I do agree with that.
No more.
They gotta do that. Even if that takes place some weird way before he becomes what he becomes, fine. I'll take it.
Yep.
I'll take it. I don't care.
Yep.
But they better throw that in.
Yep. Oh, I agree. I say no. And at the same time, too, we've got to wait 9 months for no more Marvel content whatsoever. Everybody's bagging on the Marvels and yada, yada, yada. And the MCU's dead. Man, there's no Marvel for 9 months.
Can we mention one thing about that?
What?
You haven't seen it yet, have you?
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, you did see it?
Yeah, we enjoyed it. I liked it.
Oh, I actually didn't mind it.
Yeah, I liked it. It was I took it for what it was supposed to be, though.
Bothered me.
What scene bothered you?
The post-credit scene.
Oh, with Binary and
spoiler alerts. Jeez.
Oh,
Phil.
yeah. Hold on a minute. Everybody that doesn't want to hear this, who hasn't.
Jeez, Phil.
In spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm not doing it. Okay. All right. Spoilers for the Marvels.
No, 2 people already left. You gotta give a warning, dude.
But we did it this time. We didn't just blurt it out. We did it. You caught me. So, I was gonna do it.
I like it. I like the movie. That post-credit scene though with Beast and like, why, bro? Why? It doesn't make sense. What? It bothers me that they keep introducing the X-Men in these like little shit toe freaking post credit or Professor Xavier Illuminati getting snapped in a neck. Like, can they just get an origin? Can they just get solo stories and come together as a team? For the love of Almighty, can we just do it right? Back to formula.
So
that's all I'm going to say. All right, I'm done.
I get it.
Like what they did with the Avengers, did that turn out so bad? Because whatever they've been doing ain't working out. They need to go.
The problem is
I love a Cyclops movie.
End credit scenes in the last two phases have not had immediate payoffs anymore. End credit scenes in these movies used to mean that they were the next movie, right? We found a Captain America. We found a Thor's hammer.
Well, it used to be like
that's what I'm saying. End credit scenes used to mean they were fucking happening next. That was the next thing in line. I mean, look at all the other post-credit scenes we've seen. Nothing's come of them.
Bro, all day, that right there needs to be Professor X, Magneto. You ramp it up from the Holocaust. I know it's touchy, but you start there. You go all the way through him walking. And yes, you bring that shit back from the roots.
So, and Jason brings up a good question. But I think the reason why they brought the mutants in the Marvels is because now Ms. Marvel is a mutant and binary. Technically, Captain Marvel became binary after the Avengers hosed her and the X-Men took her in. There's at least comic book background that they can rely on with those characters lacing together to bring them into this concept. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying of the movies to do it in, it would feel less hurtful to have it in that one than it would have been to try and throw them into Shang-Chi or throw them into Guardians of the Galaxy. Or
I don't think they should have thrown him in anything. You wait.
I think it's okay to show the multiverse. I just don't know how it's all going to pay off. I guess that's my problem.
I agree with you. Then show me a Tom Cruise as Iron Man in another multiverse.
Yeah,
I'm something else that's like, okay, this is a character we have already seen an origin, full flourishing of a story.
Somebody else.
Arc.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I could do that.
Come on.
Yeah, but everything else about the movie, I had fun with. I had fun.
I agree. Me and my kids laughed. We loved it. But like again, why the fuck am I seeing Beast before I see Dr.
Yeah.
Doom? Why am I seeing these characters before I see the characters that I really want to see? Where the fuck's Blade? Can I see somebody that counts? All right, I'm done.
Blade's in his fifth rewrite. That's where Blade is. Blade is in his fifth rewrite. So, and we also have some big news.
Post-credit scene. Marvel, if you're listening, don't even credit me. I don't care. Can we see what's going on with the Black Knight? There are plenty of post-credit scenes we could have. Can I see what's going on with the Eternals and the Celestials?
Actually, you know what I would like instead of a post-credit scene with characters? I would like a post-credit scene showing writers writing scripts. I like to just see writer for this movie, writer for that movie, writer for that, and just see them all at a table talking to each other, writing things down. Because right now, that means more to me than anything. I don't, because Theo, I really feel like the post-credit scenes have gotten away.
Can we see that?
What was that?
They confirmed Scarlet Witch isn't dead. Can I see something?
They confirmed that she was dead. The director confirmed she died. No, they confirmed that our universe, Scarlet Witch is dead.
No,
the other universes.
Ours is, the other one isn't, right? Yeah.
Yes.
That's I'm like, okay, can we get like a flashback?
Yeah, but that's just it, right?
Wasn't she last seen at practicing? What's going on with her?
Dude, Shang-Chi was before all of them. He was before all.
What's going on with Shang-Chi?
If there was anybody that should show up when cosmic bands are involved, anybody that should show up when cosmic bands are involved. Ask the man with 10 of them. He had 10. Kamala had 1. Looking for a second. He's got 10. Okay.
And,
where was he?
Isn't he an official Avenger?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the Hulk and Miss Marvel dubbed him an Avenger, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck's going on, guys? Like, when did we get ice cream? Doesn't Hulk have a son? That'd be a pretty cool post-credit scene.
But that's just it, right? All these post-credit scenes just aren't going anywhere. And that to me is why
It is Jason.
I'm tired. See? I'm glad though they got the writer from Logan for it.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Okay.
it was the writer of Logan who they got for it. So I am interested. I am interested in all the constraints that Feige has put in. Feige did put more time into the Marvels before we got it. The Marvels was supposed to come out earlier. It did not. It got bumped back to make it to what it is we got to have now. And he basically said Captain America 4 is a train wreck. It is going back for complete major reshoots and restructuring. So all those guys are getting called back to work right now to have that movie now come out after Deadpool, which has been bumped back to when Deadpool to June or July. So Captain America 4 is really far away, guys.
Ooh.
Yeah, would have been.
Yeah,
I mean,
that would.
a lot of Wick writers would be great for comic book movies. I mean, they're all
Comics and caviar. No chance, brother. I got zero hope that the new Blade movie will even touch the original. Zero. I don't like being negative.
I don't know.
But
I don't know. I love Marshala Ali. I'm hoping so because I like Marshala Ali a hell of a lot more than I do Wesley Snipes.
no way.
Wesley Snipes
No way.
is kind of a
You're
piece of shit.
crazy.
He's kind
Did
of
you
a
guys
piece
just hear
of
what this man said?
Yeah. Wesley Snipes is not a good human being. He's not. He's an asshole. He evades taxes. He's terrible to everybody on
I don't
set.
care about that, but
Yeah. Wesley Snipes.
You're funny.
Yeah, I hope Marshala Ali does a better job. I think he could. Marshala Ali's a more talented actor.
No way.
I think
seeing
him play Cottonmouth
actually knew like that martial arts, like the dude got ripped and jacked. Like, bro, I'd like to see it.
Learning martial arts for dancing is still two different things. Okay,
I want to see the new guy do a pull up first before I call him Blade.
I need an actor. Everything you're talking about right now, Theo, is done with CGI anyways. It's not. A lot of that is done.
They didn't have CGI like that.
They don't need to have you do that anymore. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. Keanu Reeves wasn't those things until he got into the Matrix. They started teaching him those things. He started getting into those roles. I do believe Marshala Ali is a more talented actor. I mean, Cottonmouth was the only thing worth watching on Luke Cage, and he was amazing. Cottonmouth was the truth when it came to villainry in anything I have never seen. Cottonmouth, Marshala Ali, I will take that villain all day as a Blade because he was fantastic, 100% believable, psychotic. I am there. I am 100% in Team Marshala. I would like to see him do
Are you out your damn mind?
Do I believe it'll be better than the first Blade? I have no idea, but I do think Marshala is a more talented actor than Wesley Snipes any day. Any day, I would take Marshala any day over Wesley Snipes. Just saying.
He will have his day.
Just saying.
He will have his day, and on that day, we will call the new dog if it is worthy.
If it's worthy, and it'll be hard.
Worthy,
I'm not saying he's going to be a better Blade. I'm not saying he can be a better. I'm saying he's a better actor.
He could be.
I think he's a better actor than Wesley Snipes.
You might have to check the award stats on that one, though.
Yeah, he's got an Oscar. Wesley don't got shit.
Wesley Snipes is there.
Yeah, Wesley ain't got no Oscars. Let's go right now. Let's go.
There hasn't really been a movie that's like.
What has Wesley done that deserves an Oscar?
Crazy good actor. Yeah,
Passenger 57. What is it? Or are we going to talk Demolition Man?
Hey, what about White Man Can't Jump? Huh? Come on.
White Man Can't Jump? What's that gonna be?
That was a great movie too.
I'm gonna look it up.
He has to look it up now.
Wesley Snipes Oscars. Was Wesley Snipes ever nominated for an Oscar? No.
Sorry, Mr. Snipes. I tried.
He's been nominated for a few MTV Movie Awards, but
Hey, those carry some weight.
when you hit somebody in the head with it.
And you know what? People actually agree with you. For Demolition Man, yeah.
Marshala Ali won Best Supporting Actor in 2017 and 2019. He's won it twice, 2 Oscars. So Wesley's got allegations.
I would have believed that. I would have believed that for Blade 1.
I think he could have gotten a special effects Oscar. I think that was it. What's he going to get? What lines did he deliver? Some motherfucker's always trying to ice skate uphill. What the hell?
Yeah. Basically, I just said, like, motherfucker, are you out your damn mind? Here you go.
What is it? Oh no! Oh my god! I hope Tyler's still not watching this show. He's probably going to himself, "What the hell was I just watching a part of on this show tonight?"
Daywalker.
But no, that was Demolition Man was a masterpiece. Man, things they can't do anymore. I do miss that movie. That was a good one.
Which one?
How much has that come to fruition? Wesley won 3 years free room and board. Tax evasion's a mother. But oh god, what was I gonna say?
Look, that's a done deal right there. Look.
He ain't gonna come back with y'all. No, he's probably like, oh, this ain't a safe place for acting anymore. He's just out here yelling at Wesley Snipes. But yeah, I
like that right there.
Rarely can an actor own a role. So I mean, honestly, Wesley Snipes saved Marvel. Wesley Snipes. If it weren't for Wesley Snipes, there would be no MCU. I will not take away from that.
I might throw Chris Evans in there.
Oh, I would. You know what? Who I would put in there before you? Besides RDJ, I would say there is absolutely no Deadpool whatsoever without Ryan Reynolds, because Ryan Reynolds was playing Deadpool when he was Hannibal in Blade 3. He was similar to that when he was playing Hal Jordan when he was freaking Green Lantern.
Yeah, I think he came out the womb as Deadpool.
I think so. I do. I think so. I think like
really there are lampoons and stuff like that. He was like that.
Yeah. I mean, and Robert Downey Jr. went through the character arc of Tony Stark.
He was basically Tony Stark.
Yeah, with the abuse, like being completely written off by everybody. He's got too many problems. But I mean, I think those two where their life was perfect for them to play the roles. I don't know if anybody could be naturally a Wolverine. I mean, Hugh Jackman came from stage, but I can't see anybody else acting him. He played the hell out of that role. I think he was born to play it, but I don't think his life imitated those two roles persona-wise the same way. I mean, you can't go from playing Oklahoma and then the next breath catching on a flight and playing Wolverine to, and say it's the same thing. But I think, I think Ryan and RDJ actually, as far as like their lives, really mirrored the roles. But I can't see anybody else ever playing Neo, but or John Wick. I can't see anybody else but Keanu playing those roles. If they ever were to remake those movies and recast them, I could never see that. And I feel bad for whoever could ever try to. I feel bad for whoever has to try and take on Wolverine again. You and I have talked about that till we're blue in the face.
They're doomed.
That's doomed. Yeah,
they're doomed, bro.
100%. 100%. And Christopher Reeves, I do see him a lot as Superman, but you know, at the same time too, I did like Henry Cavill, but technically Henry only ever had one full movie. Everything else he was appearing in with other characters, so he didn't even get a. All he got his name was on the title card of Batman versus Superman. Couldn't even get top billing. Had to fucking put Batman on there first so people would go see it. So, you know, yeah. Heath Ledger. Yeah. Yeah.
Although, you know, fun fact, because, you know, we are nerds here. I was listening to a YouTube channel. I forget what the name is. Otherwise, I would plug them in. But they did a comparison as to all the Jokers that have ever existed, like the actors that played them, and like the awards that they won for it, their total kill counts and everything. And guess who is Jack Nicholson owns the record for the most kills, the most laughs in the movie, the most awards won for playing that role. Every single category that they went down was Nicholson. So I was like, oh, look who's the GOAT. Look who's the GOAT of the Joker.
It's Jack Nicholson, dude. It's no
Jack
joke.
Nicholson, bro.
I think back, you ever
This
dance
son
with
of
the
a bitch.
devil in the pale moonlight? I ask that of all my prey. You know, you're just like, that's when I think of.
I think that's another actor actually that like, because think about all the roles he's played. That's somebody who was like catered to play a crazy ass clown.
Yeah. I would say Jack Nicholson was born to play a Joker. 100%.
That's another one of those roles. Yeah.
Yeah. I would agree with that. Yeah.
Mark Hamill, Luke, you know.
Yeah. No, I can see that. I can see he's just got that naive kind of farm boy kind of fish out of water, but in Hollywood now he's like in this giant. Yeah, I could see that. He's who I picture.
Yeah, exactly. That's who I think. Like, okay, this guy's gonna run around and kill everybody. It's probably that fucking guy. Everyone, because they like methodically analyze each one. Each one has a purpose. They're trying to make, like Heath Ledger. He didn't want to kill people. He wanted them to kill each other. Fucking Nicholson would have just killed him, dude.
I agree.
Yeah. I thought that was really interesting, though.
No, that is cool. I didn't know that.
I didn't like thousands, dude.
I didn't know that, and that's funny though too, because so many
water supplies
nowadays act like it's sacrilegious.
City, you know.
But there's so many people that act like it's sacrilegious if you say anybody other than Heath Ledger nowadays, and you go back to
that's because of what the role took from him.
Yes, but that's not the role's fault.
It's not the role's fault.
You know, sometimes it goes back to the fragility of the person, and you know that sucks. And I'm not going to go down that road. That's so.
Well,
that's
it's like, well, the thing is, you know, Nicholson was kind of catered for that because of all of the different roles he had taken on prior to that. He was almost like you had to go through those roles to get there.
The Batman.
You can't just go from like a 10 Things I Hate About You and A Knight's Tale and some other stuff and be the Clown Prince of Darkness, bro. Like, that's going to take a toll.
But that Batman movie, though, was basically made the way Nicholson made it be made. He got paid. You know how to ban people, right, Theo? You can ban people still, right? But I mean, but Nicholson's still getting returns off of the original. Now that they're bringing back all the Batman stuff, Nicholson's getting paid again because Nicholson got so much of a percentage of anything that had to do with that Batman movie because they couldn't pay him enough to be in it. He was what brought credence and legitimacy to Batman because Tim Burton was kind of an and Michael Keaton can't be Batman. That string bean can't be Batman. That's not my Batman. My Batman's Adam West. Adam West is the personification of Batman. He can't.
Adam West.
That was the argument back then, dude. Why are they making Michael Keaton do it? We have a good Batman with Adam West. He's Batman. Bullshit. So, you know, what brought legitimacy was Jack Nicholson being brought onto the project, and Jack wouldn't do it unless he got stupid amounts of money and he got percentages of everything into perpetuity. And he did. I mean, basically, Nicholson probably owned half a DC at some point. I'm sure he did. Because it was stupid. Stupid.
Well, that was definitely a nerd rant we just went on. That wasn't
Dude.
even the question that we had.
Did we even get to a question? We just went down a black hole. We
No,
went
we
from
did. Guys, just letting you know.
Like, did Loki save the MCU?
Yeah. No, look, that's the last question. I was just going to read it. Just letting you guys know, we got to where we are now when we started with Loki. Okay. Okay, last question. This one's from Legion of Paper. Shout out Legion of Paper. So he says, with the holiday season being the slow point of book buying, what books will you pick up?
The Last Spartan Red Tape. That's a book I'm getting right now.
If you guys don't know what he's talking about, scroll forward to the beginning of the show.
So, yes. And I don't know. I'm always buying for other people this time of year, right? So buying for myself is weird. So like buying this book makes sense to me because it's economical. I'm helping out. I'm doing a thing, and
I'll show mine. It's kind of something I bought. I got it done at New York Comic Con. Well, I mean, I paid to get it submitted, so I guess I did buy it for myself, selfishly. But I'll show you guys what I got for myself for the holiday season. You want to see something cool?
Yeah, let's see it.
All right, watch it. Hold on a second.
I'll see it. I'd like to see it.
I will be posting the unboxing reel tomorrow. So for those of you that are here on YouTube, you actually get first dibs to see this. Some of you in the chat will actually be tagging too. You know who you are. Okay.
You know who you are. You know.
So I had this done at New York Comic Con. Long story short, whenever I go to a Comic Con, I like to try to get something for myself, since I'm usually going there to pick up exclusives and hunt down signatures for other people. It's kind of like my thing, I go sell and whatnot, all that jazz. If you guys don't know, check me out. So yeah, this was one out of the two things I got at New York Comic Con for myself. I was gifted
a new baby.
Oh gosh. I was gifted 3 of these Xavier Institute of Higher Learning certificates. Shout out to Trader Bill Comics on Instagram. But basically, I met Chris Claremont. If you guys don't know, he's one of the X-Men pillars, legends of all time. But I had him sign this, and I had it verified by CGC.
That's pretty dope.
It's pretty dope. But yeah, needless to say, it was an honor to meet the man. I think I talked to him for about almost 25 minutes. People online were like yelling at us, 'cause, like as soon as I this is the only thing I got signed, right? I was like, as soon as I handed him this, because dude, he had just been signing comics the entire freaking time, bro.
Yeah.
So as soon as I had him sign this, dude, he literally looked, because he was looking down the whole time, and I slipped it there. I was like, hey, Mr. Claremont, nice to meet you. And he looked at me, he looked up, and dude, he had like the biggest freaking smile ear to ear, He was like, where did you get this? I was like, oh, a buddy of mine gifted this to me. And he was like, this is incredible. He's like, I've never seen this. I'm like, yeah, it's an honor to have you sign it. I was like, I got 2 other ones, and I was hoping he wouldn't get triggered. But I was like, I got 2 other ones. I want to get Jim Lee to sign one. I haven't decided who's going to be the third person, but I'm going to get all 3, signed with my favorite of each years. And but yeah,
you didn't want to trigger.
Huh?
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool, dude. That's hella cool.
Yeah, I'll be doing a post on it tomorrow, but yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
So you guys didn't know, that's a PC one for me.
Amen.
That's the only Chris Claremont signature I have in my collection too.
Wow. Yeah, I don't have any.
I think that might be the only one I get.
That would be one to get.
Now that I'm kind of critiquing it, I know I'll see him at San Diego. I might use one of mine and have him sign it in black pen next time.
Yeah.
I like the gold, but I think it'd be a little nice with black pen,
Yeah. I agree.
We're gonna
Well, it
play
looks
around.
like it's legit, like a legit thing. It looks
like
a
legit diploma, right? So I'm
Yeah.
about to meet Jim Lee this weekend, and I'm about to have him sign a bunch of crazy stuff. If we have time, I can show and tell that. That's some sweet stuff.
I don't have time. Unfortunately, I gotta run. It's been
Honey
90 minutes.
Koopa. This guy.
Somebody, hey, well, you can keep going. You know how to end these. You can keep going, and I'll dip.
Oh, you know what? This is true. All right, guys. Do you guys want to go to bed, or do you guys want to see a little show and tell?
Do you guys want to say some show and tell with Theo? Phil's gonna dip.
You guys want to go to bed? Right?
Phil's gonna dip. Theo knows how to wrap it up because hey, this is turnabout fair play. I had to start by myself.
Hey, this is true. I'll end.
This is actually that's kind of funny. we both remember that episode where Phil started and Theo ended.
Yeah, it's fine. You can head out, bro. I'm gonna grab something real quick.
All right, I'll stay here. I'll stay here until he makes it back because you guys are gonna want to see this. So we've got some show and tell going. Galen, no, we did not just start. We started about an hour and a half ago, but Theo's gonna hang out here for a while with everybody. There you go. Let's see some Jim Lee goodness. See ya, Phil.
Later, brother.
All right. It was later, brother. Let me know if you need anything. Just hit that end stream button at the top right.
Will do. All right, guys. Let's do a little show and tell and look at some comics here. For a show like Comics and Chaos, why wouldn't we, right? All right, so this weekend, I'm meeting up with Jim Lee and a couple buddies down in San Diego. He's doing it's like a private signing, but this is going to be a good one. Okay, so for those that don't know, here you go, X-Men 257. So what's unique actually about these two books, so not only are they both Jim Lee books, right? Iconic Jim Lee covers, I believe First Lady Mandarin, First Psychic Knife, and First Jubilee in a yellow trench coat on this one. Super awesome issues, but they're both Mark Jewelers. So those are generally the X-Men books I keep in my collection are Mark Jewelers. So yeah, both of those. Mark Jewelers on that one. This is a pretty good high-grade X-Men #1 newsstand that we're going to get signed by Jim Lee. And then you guys know I had to pick up 2 of the foils. These are actually the Error foils, homaging the original iconic cover by Jim Lee. So we're going to get both of those signed. I think I might do one like silver or platinum and one in gold. So that'll be fun. And then I don't even know if this can get graded. I'm assuming it can, though, because you can get the print graded. So check this out, guys. I made a post about this. If you haven't seen this, you can check out my IG, Rage Theo. So shout out to Kyle's Comics. He knows I'm an X-Men nut, so he gifted me 2 of these. I have 2 X-Men postcards from 1994, San Francisco, untouched. So I'm going to see if I can get him to sign on the back and then get CGC to slap that in like a print slab, like the one I did for Chris Claremont. So we're going to try our best to get this one graded, and then we're going to try to get this one graded as well. Those are both postcards, guys. All right, so fingers crossed. That will be super dope if we can get that one. I don't think there's any of these on Census. I have no clue. Desire Comics, what's up, bro? We're doing a little show and tell right now. I'm about to be out of town this weekend. I'm going to do a Jim Lee signature signing, so it's going to be fun. And then you guys know I had to do this. I only have 1 left in my PC. I had 4 at one point, but we sold them, so time to replenish the list. But we're getting all these signed. If you guys don't know, there is one title that no creator or artist will ever be able to touch, and that is this title, which is the best-selling comic book of all time. I mean, guys, I think it's like over 8 million copies or 7 million copies, something like that. But if you guys know about the print runs today, even the print runs back in the day, none of them were that high. Nobody will ever touch that record. So, yeah, Jim Lee's the fucking man. Then, we got a blank one. So we're going to have Jim Lee sign this one. And then we already got the one I got today signed by Chris Claremont. That's going to be fucking dope. So, yeah. Yeah, 8 million? Oh, my God, 8 million. Yeah, so, yeah, guys. So, yeah, we're going to get all these signed and authenticated. And then, of course, like I said, we got the postcard, which I really hope they can grade these. They do like the mini comics, you know what I mean? So this would fit in a mini comic holder, so that'd be cool. And then we have the error foils, which those should be fun to get. And I think these ones specifically will be PC, which is the newsstand X-Men one, and then the double Mark Jeweler 256, 257. Super tough to find these in a Mark Jeweler too, guys. I've been hunting and selling and trading mutants for about the past 3 years now. And I think I'm almost up there with like Master Mold as far as casualty count. And I can tell you guys right now, I can count on like one hand how many Mark Jeweler X-Men key books I have found in a collection. That's how much they don't pop up. So if you guys find any, message me, okay? Yeah, Brandon, Jim Lee is cool in person. Although I met him for the first time like 2 years ago at TorpedoCon, and he wouldn't throw up an X-Men dab with me, so I was a little disappointed in that. But hopefully this time he does. But yeah, so about half of that will be for sale, half of that's for me. And then yeah, one more time, guys, just because I can't wait to put this up one day. I don't have a bat cave, as you guys can tell. We're in like a breakfast nook right here. So as soon as I get off this live, I'm gonna take a picture of this, and then we're gonna lock this up with the other stuff that I have, and I'll probably never see this again unless it's a rainy day. Until the day that we get a bat cave, guys. But that's it for me. Whoa, one more announcement. I should tell you guys. One more announcement. We should have said it while Phil was on the line, but we locked down our third comic collection for next year. Next year, the goal is, I think we said 10 collections, so like 10 months. We want to do 1 month of no travel because I have the baby due, and then another month of no travel because, you know, December, holidays, etc. Right? So right now we've locked down 3 collections. We're in talks with a 4th one, and that doesn't include the other sales that we already have planned on doing, like another slab sale of Fantas. I think we might be doing a round 2 with the South Carolina sale that we just did. So yeah, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. So if you guys know of any collections that need help selling, if you guys have a collection and you need help, let us know. That's what we do. We move books. All right, guys. So that's it for me. I can't believe we had Sabertooth on the channel, by the way, dude. How fucking sweet is that? Oh, dude, none of these comments refresh for me. Look at this. What's your favorite Jim Lee cover? Favorite Jim Lee probably 248, which I actually have an X-Men 248 signed by Jim Lee. That's also a Mark Jewelers. It's a 9.0, but I just recently submitted it to CGC to get cleaned and pressed because I think it's like a 9294. That right now is my favorite one. Love you guys. Love you too, brother. Shout out to Desired Comics. Fantastic homie right there. Thank you, Jason. 8. What's an 8? Oh, the 8 million. Right. Okay. Dude, is anybody else going to be in San Diego for the Jim Lee event? Anybody? Nobody? Yeah, am I the only one? I'm so happy with that. You guys have no idea how long I had to wait in line. All right, that's it for me. Guys, actually tomorrow, I should show you guys one more thing. Do I have it? Don't have it with me here. It's in another room. I don't want to leave again. It's fine. Tomorrow we have Whatnot Wednesday on Whatnot. Link in my bio on Instagram, but I'll be dropping a Trade and Virgin set for $10. And if it's your first time buying on the app, you get a you get a $15 credit to use on your first purchase. So essentially it's free if it's your first time buying on the app. So you guys should definitely check that out. Always a pleasure, guys. Always a pleasure. LaCruz, thank you so much for stopping by, man. And Blue Lantern, no, but I need to get it because everyone I've talked to says that it's freaking awesome. Everyone I've talked to says it's awesome. Jason, always a pleasure. And yeah, guys, again, please sub, like the video, share it out there. We appreciate this. Brandon, always a pleasure, my friend. Always a pleasure. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I got to get the kids to bed. Then we got a bag and board, get ready for our comic show tomorrow. And you know what? I have a special announcement, but I think we'll save it for next week. It's a very, very special announcement, but we'll save it for next week. Guys, I'm out of here. You're the best. You're the best. Let's see if I can figure out how to do the correct thing. If I just click end stream, it's just gonna end it, huh? So you guys, this is what happens when you ride shotgun and you get too comfortable. We're gonna go with our gut here on this one. We're gonna go with our gut. What do you think? I don't know. I think we'll just go. All right, guys. Always a pleasure. We'll see you.